Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 58 of the Essential Zodiac podcast. I'm your host, Cynthia McNulty.
And I'm Audrey Famine.
Today, we'll be talking about the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra. But first, I wanted to let you all know to check out all the new specials I have for March on my website. There are always goodies to be had, so you want to check it out. Now, this full moon lunar eclipse will occur on March 25th. It's one of the most romantically charged nights of the year, as the full moon lunar eclipse takes center stage in Libra, the sign which governs matters of the heart. Use this energy to reflect on your closest relationships, finding gratitude in those that ground, encourage, and inspire you. And when we talk about relationships with Libra, it's not just romantic relationships, but we're also talking about your close friends, your besties, your BFFs, also your business relationships, your colleagues at work, if you're self-employed, the people possibly in your network. So it's any kind of relationship that's important. Not so much casual friends or things like that, although, there might be some energy in that direction as well. But when we talk about Libra, and especially with the full moon, it's important, significant relationships in your life. So taking into consideration your role within these dynamics, finding your ways to improve as a companion without creating imbalance. Now is a good time to articulate what you need as a friend or significant other, especially if you have a tendency to keep such desires under wraps. Boundaries, people. We got to set those boundaries. Unfortunately, not everyone will benefit from the amour-inducing energy at play, especially within strained dynamics. I mean, if you have a relationship that's on the skids or is winding down, this full moon is going to illuminate the issues in your relationship. Eclipses present an opportunity to break cycles and release what is not working. And with so much energy focused on partnerships, tensions could accumulate to unavoidable conflict. On the plus side, we'll all be given a chance to mend broken situations for good if both parties are accountable for their actions and are willing to change. Watch out for submission in the name of cultivating harmony. No, don't go down the road of peace at any price. Don't do that. Think deeply about where you stand within difficult situations. Though it may seem appealing to put a Band-Aid on a situation, being olive branches, and apologize, it won't serve you in the long run if you harbor a secret chip on your shoulder. Either invest fully to get to the heart of the issue or find an exit strategy. Now, luckily, a soft exchange between Venus and Jupiter elevates these celestial conditions, helping us all to ground in our emotions. When feeling conflicted, it will be important that you lean into this energy to remind yourself of what you truly value in a person and how they interact with you. Ensure that you are being treated fairly by taking into account your own generosity and shortcomings. If sore subjects are approached from a place of calm compassion and a genuine desire to get along, there should be no issues holding space for healthy dialogue, though you should monitor each situation closely. Everything is not going to be like, a cookie cutter. There's going to be, some conversations that are difficult, and that will always be difficult. But sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and do it. So this cosmic climate also amplifies one's ability to manifest, especially when it comes to wishes that have been brewing within the depths of the soul. Trust that you have the power to expand and bring more beauty into your life. Work with a vision board, a manifestation journal, or simply meditate to usher these dreams into the material realms. When in doubt, take into consideration how far you've come. Actively cultivate a genuine appreciation for all the exhaustive efforts you've made over time to create steadier foundations. If you're in a position to make generous or thoughtful gestures, consider spreading blessings to those who could use some assistance. Internally, themes around personal balance will be pronounced, and an evening of self-care should be enforced. With the sun positioned in fiery Aries, life is likely moving more quickly than you're used to. Sentiments this eclipse season will intensify. While spring is considered a time to move forward, as the moon rises into the midnight sky, make it a point to slow down while embracing luxurious pampering rituals. If you're feeling cozy with someone special, consider exchanging massages or sharing a therapeutic bath. I think that is a great, the whole romantic bath situation is great. It's very relaxing. It's very sexy. It's very, very, especially with this energy, it would be a very, very special night. So now I'm going to take a short break. And when I come back, I'll have your horoscopes for this lunation.
The Essential Zodiac podcast comes your way every other Friday with updates on the moon cycles and celestial events. Episodes are posted on your favorite podcast host, on YouTube, and of course at EssentialZodiac.com. With Google Podcasts ceasing operations in just a week or so, let us know if you can't find us on your new podcast host. Just send us a note at ezpodcast@yahoo.com. That's the letter E, the letter Z, podcast@yahoo.com. And we'll be sure to add that host to our distribution. Back to you, Cindy.
Thank you, Audrey. Okay, now here are your horoscopes. Aries, this year's lunar eclipse activates your 7th house of partnerships, nudging you to meditate on how you're relating to others and what you need to do to care for your psychological and inner well-being. You're encouraged to make a call after assessing the harmony within your one-on-one bonds. Taurus, this year's lunar eclipse hits your 6th house of wellness and revolves around your health. You're stirred to reflect on how you're incorporating self-care on a day-to-day basis. Embracing changes around any of these themes could prove vitality boosting. Gemini, the lunar eclipse lights up your 5th house of romance and self-expression, which could inspire you to more fully own your voice and channel your most heartfelt emotions into a fulfilling creative outlet. It's also possible you'll experience thrilling shifts or jarring shakeups in your dating or love life that require you to rethink how you're tending to this area of life. Cancer. This lunar eclipse falls in your 4th house of home life, which will be a major focus this spring, causing you to reflect on your emotional well-being, roots, and inner life. It's time to let go of the past and more fully embrace the healing self-work you may have previously felt you could put on hold. Leo, the lunar eclipse activates your 3rd house of communication, Leo, which can make this an especially social, buzzy moment. You know, as Leos, we love a party, so this is good for us. You'll want to soak up knowledge, trade notes with friends, express yourself through writing or public speaking, and your calendar could be bursting with get-togethers and social events. There's a lot to learn about how you learn and connect now. Virgo. The lunar eclipse activates your second house of income. This will bring up a lot of self-reflection around money-making and values. Consider whether or not you are bringing in cash in a way that's in tune with your heart. If not, you may do well to cut the ties that aren't sitting right with your emotional and financial goals. Libra. So this lunar eclipse falls in your first house of self. You have the opportunity to enjoy personal and partnership-related growth by getting clear on the best way to show up in your bonds and require that others show up for you. You might also be embracing big changes when it comes to your passion projects and how you're presenting yourself out in the world. Scorpio. The lunar eclipse lights up your 12th house of spirituality, inviting you to be even more in tune with your intuition, your gut, your inner voice, dreams, and imagination. You'll notice that caring for this side of you serves to bolster your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Sagittarius. This lunar eclipse occurs in your 11th house of networking, so you'll be meditating on the groups and teams you associate with. It's possible you'll need to step away from a community you've felt deeply immersed in. Over the past 6 months, you've likely been getting a read on the friends and colleagues you want to align yourself with and how these platonic bonds could fuel your long-term wishes, and now it's time to take action. Capricorn. The lunar eclipse activates your 10th house of career, laying the groundwork for a whole new chapter of your professional life. It could be time to step into the spotlight, something you can't help but welcome, of course. Take on more responsibility, own a leadership role, or prove just how much you want that big picture wish you've been manifesting. Because you are so innately industrious, this should all come quite naturally to you. However, eclipses are intense, and change can be jarring to just about anyone, so be sure to strap in for a thrilling ride. Aquarius. This lunar eclipse activates your 9th house of adventure. Over the last 6 months, you've been nudged to get out of your comfort zone. Although you are future-minded and progressive, you often get overly set on going about life in a particular way. And now it's time to take a leap of faith to broaden your horizons and really experience life to the fullest. Pisces. This lunar eclipse activates your 8th house of emotional bonds. Do your best to embrace changes related to shared assets, whether that's negotiating a budget with your partner or trying to move a business proposal forward. Your adaptability and appreciation for avoiding conflict could come in handy now. So there you go. That's all the horoscopes. And that ends today's episode. Our next episode is about the Aries new moon, which is a solar eclipse, and that will air on April 4th. And remember, with astrology, you can chart your life's course.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of the Essential Zodiac podcast. Head to the website, essentialzodiac.com, to subscribe to Cindy's Skywatch Journal, a monthly email newsletter delivered right to your inbox. And you can stay connected between episodes by following Essential Zodiac on Facebook, Instagram, and X.